I had a vision. I love cars. When I was like 14 years old, there was a GTO for sale in a newspaper, body. And my brother took me up to look at it and I bought the body. And then my dad took me to a junkyard and we bought the motor. And I put the car all together and I had it running in my driveway. And I used to play around with it for, year and a half, 2 years. At the same time, I would do work on people's cars in my driveway. When I turned 16, I think my first car was a 71 Firebird Formula 455. And then from there, I went and worked at a dealership. So I learned how to kind of get through things. And then in '79 is when I opened my first car lot in Troy, New York, on Hoosick Road. Got out of the retail business for a while, went into the body shop business and opened my first body shop. My Z28 that I own now, we painted in that shop in 1983. And that was where I really started building cars. Went from that body shop in Troy, and we moved to Clifton Park, and that's when we started a showroom, and we had a body shop there. So we started selling Corvettes and muscle cars in 1983, 84. One day I met a guy that used to buy trucks from me. I knew he was a Bloomington Gold judge, and his name was Ken Heckert. And I said to him one day, I said, some guy's got a '67 Corvette. Do you know anything about this guy? And he said, geez, if you really want to buy one of those cars, I have one I'd love to sell, it needs to be restored. So we ended up the next week, went to his place, and I ended up buying from him an original 1967 Convertible, Rally Red, 427, 435 horse. Freshly painted, maybe sat in a body shop for 10 years, completely empty with parts all around it. And I used to look at it and think to myself, boy, there's an awful lot of pieces. I never took it apart, how am I gonna get it back together? After going around to the shows, I realized I met some guys, the Neighbors brothers, and probably the pioneer of the Corvette restorers, did some of the most beautiful work in the country. So we took it to Texas and rolled it out of the trailer. We had all kinds of NOS parts and so on. And they put the whole car together, and I was just amazed at what a fantastic job. The car was a whole car. And we took that car to Bloomington Gold and got it certified, brought the car home, put the car up for sale, and I mean, it was all the money I ever had. But that was the start to really got myself to where I am today. Well, we started the restoration business out really as kind of fixing our own cars. We had customer jobs, but I think when I started realizing, where our restorations really lied was in 2013. I had 2 Trans Am Super Duties. I had a Survivor one and one that we did show quality for one of our clients. And I had the car, Muscle Car and Corvette Nationals. And a guy walked around the car and he's looking. And he come up to me, he says, who did this car? I says, my guys, our team at Prestige. He says, wow, this is an amazing restoration. So I got talking to the guy and he shared his name with me, and he's one of the top Pontiac guys in the country. But it's just, that's the only way we know how to do things, is do them right. I get many compliments at the shows from people that have been in business for years. And I take that as a high compliment. I find I've been through all facets of the business. I started cleaning cars, body shop, doing mechanical work. I know what it takes to take a car from A to Z. And I believe that I've got the business to where it's fun. When you start to do something, there's only one way to do it. And high attention to detail is what I feel has driven my business and driven the success.